Welcome to Visions of Streator. I'm Will York here with Marjorie Haynes, and we will be talking with Streator Chief of Police John Franklin.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you, Will. Thank you, Marjorie. Thanks for being here.
We only have a few questions, but before we get started, we want to say to you and the Streator Police Department that you're doing a very outstanding job.
Thank you. As you know, it's not one person, it's the whole team. We have a very good deputy chief here with Robert Wood. We have very good investigators with Sergeant Ryan Reel and our newly appointed investigator, Michael Gerardo, who are working tirelessly to solve some of our more serious crimes. We have a good crew of dedicated officers out here that work very hard on a daily basis to keep these streets safe. So I can't fault them. They're doing a good job out here.
Yep.
Well, what is the latest on the deadly Easter Day shooting on Main Street?
We're still working that up. That's still an investigation in progress. And as you know, we have a warrant out for murder for one subject that's been that has a warrant out for his arrest for murder. Hopefully he'll be picked up soon. But we were able to identify the shooter and obtain a warrant for murder on that subject.
Was this a drug-related shooting?
I can't really say if it's drug or gang related at this point. Again, I'm not investigating it.
Okay.
There'll be more details to come once we get that subject in custody. So I would say stay tuned for that. There'll be much more revealed at the time when we get him in custody. We do believe he's still in the area, and we do believe he'll be apprehended shortly.
There was a community meeting on Thursday, May 8th.
Yeah, the town hall meeting.
What was your take on that meeting?
It was interesting. It was a little rough. I heard some things, from the audience that I'll say weren't really fair. Some people clearly showed up not to ask questions, but to express their own agenda about certain incidents or certain things, which defeated the purpose of the meeting. The meeting was to discuss, crime issues, what we're doing to prevent crime, what we're doing to make arrests on certain crimes, and unfortunately, it got a little bit out of control for a while with certain people showing up to basically vent in our direction, and those things happen, and you just have to sit there and just take it. It's part of the job. So, but I do believe that some of the criticism out there is unfair, particularly against the mayor, calling for her to be fired. First of all, you can't fire an elected official. Secondly, the mayor doesn't fight crime. That's not her job to go out there with a vest and a gun on and fight crime. That's our job. I believe the mayor is deeply concerned about issues involving the city, especially violent crime, especially when it occurs in public places like our city park. And we all have a vested interest in keeping the city park safe. As you know, we had a festival there this weekend, Park Fest, and we had a carnival there all 3 days. And I'd say it was a very successful event overall as far as public safety. We had very few issues for any of the 3 days that we were there. And I was here working a number of hours. I worked there Friday night from 5 to closing. I was there Saturday for 6 hours. Sunday was 12 to 6. I was there from 12 to 4. So we kept a constant presence there, and I think people knew it. I think a lot of people appreciated it, met a lot of kids, did a lot of good community outreach with residents here, which I'm always glad to do that. And I think overall it was an enjoyable experience for us and for the residents of Streator and for those that came from outside of Streator to visit our carnival.
Do you think there's enough safe spaces and activities for youth and young adults?
I don't think there are enough activities for kids, and we're looking at other things to do, maybe starting up some things that we can, or even parents could get together and organize some organized activities for the kids now that the kids are officially out of school, because kids need something to do. But at the same time, I think it's unrealistic to expect that government is going to create this list of organized activities for the kids every summer. The government has a lot to do. As you know, people mostly feel they want less government, not more. And I think parents can do a lot to organize activities with groups of kids. I was out there, well, the fire truck was out there in the park, and I didn't really have a squad car to spare. They had asked us if we bring a squad car, let the kids see the squad car and the fire truck. Fire truck eventually had to leave and go on a call. I sat out there with my squad car and let the kids look at it, hear the lights, the siren. It's just, you know, sometimes we're busy, we just don't have time to leave a vehicle out there and have an officer there to let the kids experience, go in and look at the squad car, look at the equipment. Because we have a large call volume here in Streator, and it doesn't seem to be changing anytime soon.
What more can be done to combat gun violence and drug dealing in Streator?
Well, people need to tell what they know. I will say that. I would like to see some of our addicted residents seek help and not only get into treatment programs, but to stick with the treatment program and try to complete it. At the same time, if you see suspicious activity, call us. Let us know. We have a very good partnership with the task force out here, and they're doing a very good job. We've had a lot of search warrants done in Streator over the last year and a half, 2 years, after we put a new officer in there. They've been very busy executing search warrants. We do what we call some wolf pack missions in Streator, that involve the state police, LaSalle County, Livingston County, and us, where we concentrate our activities on a particular day on some of our more notorious residents, some of our more active residents, and they've been fruitful. A couple of nights on these wolf pack missions, we brought in numerous guns, drugs, money. So they're fruitful. It's nice to have an abundance of manpower out here to deal with certain situations, deal with certain people, as opposed to not having enough. We usually have 4 people out here on a shift. Our bare minimum manpower is 3. We like to have 4. Sometimes we have more than 4. We had people brought in on overtime to manage the festival or the carnival this weekend, because we also had people that answer the calls. We also had people in the park to keep the presence up, because we had teenagers that were trying to initiate a little rough stuff out there, and we had to keep them on their toes and keep them moving until finally they got tired of being moved around, and they said, well, let's just leave, because we're not going to do what we want to do. And we weren't going to let them do what they wanted to do. We're not going to let them create unrest or create an unsafe situation or bring fear and apprehension into the parents with their. It's a family event. We want families to come out. We want families to feel safe.
So is the Streator Police Department making arrests on people that are buying drugs? Can we do
Yes,
that?
we have done that. We have even had undercover officers buy drugs and made what they call buy busts. And look, we've made quite a number of drug arrests in Streator over the last 18 months. Quite a number.
Well, we're about out of time. Chief Franklin, is there anything else you wanted to add today?
Yes. We appreciate and respect the residents of Streator, and we make no bones about it. We do need their help to help solve some of these crimes. And we always ask people, if you know something, if you see something, say something. Don't be afraid to come tell us. You don't want to come in person, call us. Send us an email, whatever. But, police are the guardians of society, but we have to work in partnership with the residents of Streator, with the businesses, with the merchants. We have to work together to solve some of our more deeply entrenched situations here in Streator that need to change for the better. And we need the full cooperation of everybody.
Well said. Thank you, Chief Franklin, for taking the time to talk with us today.
Well, thank you, Will, for stopping by. I
Yes.
appreciate it. And thank you, Marjorie. It's always a pleasure to see you both. Always a pleasure.
Take care.
Bye.